Hey guys, thank you for being a part of the PlayBook beta program. My name is Mark Scrivo and I'm the CTO at Odds On Compliance. Today I will be giving you an overview of the new software PlayBook and walking you through some of the features of this beta of PlayBook Plus. PlayBook is a library of regulatory compliance documents specific to the online gaming, sports betting, iLottery, and fantasy sports verticals. We make every one of these documents easily accessible in one place. We keep them up to date and we notify you when there's any changes. We have annotation capabilities, team collaboration, state homepages, and coming soon next month, AI natural language search. So let's dig into some of these features. In your email, you should have a link to our website. If you do not have it, it is oddsoncompliance.com. Once there, you're gonna, in the upper right, you're gonna click on login. You're gonna enter your email, and you're going to enter the temporary password that you were provided. You're going to click on I am not a robot. You might get a window here that asks you to complete selecting a bunch of pictures. I know it's annoying, but it's for security purposes. Just go ahead and click login. You're going to be brought to the terms of use. Just click on agree and accept. Now you're going to enter your first name, your last name, and then create a password. Enter the second time and hit update, and that is it. You are logged in. Okay, now that you're logged in, you're going to see a map of the US. This gives you access to all of our state home pages, as well as gives you a visual representation of the related verticals in each state. You can toggle through these. You can also hover over to see a list of each. In the upper right-hand corner, you will see a couple icons. One is for the library, one is for verses, which I will show you. One is for notifications of document changes, and one is for your account and help and log out. Okay, clicking on this little icon right here will bring you to the library. So let's go ahead and do that. Once in the library, you're going to see a list of states. You can navigate to your documents in a few different ways. One, you can click on the state, and then the vertical, and then the doc type, and then see a list of your documents. All of the documents are arranged in the hierarchy of state, vertical, doc type. Alternatively, you can filter on the left. So if I want to filter, say, just Colorado and Georgia, I could do that. I'm going to see those two states. If I only want to see a specific vertical or a specific document type, I can also do that. So I say I want to see just Georgia and Colorado, and I only want to see the sports retail and sports online documents. I can do that. And it looks like Georgia does not have any sports online or sports retail, so that got filtered out. So I'm just going to see these guys. It's going to get me to all those documents. And the third way to get to the document that I'm interested in is I can just search for it. So if I know the exact name of the document I'm looking for, I clear all these guys, and then just type it into the search on the right here, and it's going to filter down to just that state where that document lives. Clicking on this document will bring me into the viewer. So let's do that next. Okay, the viewer is where you and your team can view, search, markup, and comment on your documents. Let's start looking at the header. So in the header of every document within the viewer, you will see the name of the document. You will see an original link. So what this is this is the link to the public-facing website where this document lives. So if you, for any reason, need to get back to that link, that document, you want to see it on the original website, you can do it right here. This will open up a new window to the Connecticut.gov site where this document lives. In addition to that, for assurance, we also have the last check date. So what this is the last time that our system has checked for a new version of this document and downloaded a new version. So you can see February 28th at 5 a.m. is the newest version. So both of these give you the assurance that the document on our site is the most up-to-date it can be, and it's where you would want to do all your searching, annotating, and work out of here. Next, navigating your document. So you can navigate the document in a few different ways. You can scroll through the document like this, although some of these documents are very, very large. You can zoom in and out with pinch controls or with these plus and minus right here. On the left, you'll see a little panel button. If you click on that, it will give you a little preview of all of the pages. You can scroll down to whatever page you're interested in and click on it, and it's going to bring you directly to that page. And then lastly, you can search. So this is a keyword search. In the future, we will be bringing, next month, we'll be bringing an AI search. That's going to be different. That's going to be a natural language question and answer search. What this is a keyword search for in-document searching. So say I want to search for, I just want to find the word licensing. I can search for licensing. I can find all the instances of licensing through this document, and it's going to immediately bring me down to that part in the document. Okay, next let's talk about markups. So this is your library. We keep these documents up to date, always up to date, but regardless, you have the ability to annotate, markup, comment on everything here, and your team does as well. And it's a shared environment, so you guys can mark this up together as a team. Even after documents change, when documents change and we update the document, as long as that section of the document has not changed, your annotations and markups will stay. So how do we get started with this? Let's go ahead and scroll back up to the top. And let's say we wanted to mark up a section right here. So say I wanted to highlight this right here. I can just grab and highlight. Now from here, I got a couple different options. This one we'll get to in a minute. You can copy, you can highlight, you can underline, you can squiggly line, you can strike through, or you can link. Let's go with highlight first. So say we want to highlight. Defaults to yellow. We can change the color to whatever color we want. Custom color. Let's go ahead with a light green. And then what you can do from here is you have the ability to still add a link. So you can highlight and also add a link. Change the color like we just did, or you can comment. So this is highlighted now by me. If I want to comment on it, add a comment to this, I can comment, and it's going to add it over to the right. So you see my name. You see a little excerpt from what I highlighted, and then I can comment on this. So the comment is a note, a tag, tagging somebody else on my team, whatever I want to use this for. You can later search these and get back to what you're interested in, right? So say I just wanted to say, I could put like hashtag licensing, right? This could be whatever you want. You can use it to get back to later. I'll show you with the searching comments later you can get back to. And then your teammates are going to be able to see these. Okay, now we're going to talk about definitions. So at the top of many statutes and regulations, there are defined terms like this business entity. So for the sake of this specific document, business entity means any partnership, limited liability company, society, association, etc., etc. Throughout the document, previously what you would need to do is, as you're reading through the document, you find business entity, you would have to go back up to the top, see if it was one of the defined terms, and then go back down and read it in context. So now what we've done is made that simpler by highlighting all of the defined terms in every document. So what you can do, if we, as an example, let me go ahead and just look up for the other business entity throughout the document. So say I'm scrolling and I find this other business entity down here. I'm going to see it underlined. If I highlight over it, hover over it, I'm going to see the definition of that. So that goes for every definition, every defined term. So esports, entry fee, fantasy contest. This makes things much easier, saves you a ton of time. And lastly, just a couple extra controls here. If you click on this little cog over to the right, you'll see a couple options. You can go full screen, you can download this document, you can print this document, or you can do dark mode. So dark mode kind of makes everything kind of dark. Full screen goes full screen. So I can kind of go full screen. You still have access to all your panels, everything you need to get to. And you can just escape out of here or go back to exit full screen, and you can download and print your document. Okay, next we're going to look at verses. So if you go back to the home screen and you click on this little VS in the upper right hand corner, it's going to bring us to our verses module. What this is a bunch of FAQs, quick looks, relevant policy information, question and answers. But the unique part about this is you have the question, you have multiple answers based on your criteria on the left here. So you can, for instance, choose, say Colorado and Wyoming, and then say I want to see questions related to licensing, events, internal controls, let's say licensing. Narrow down to the questions that I'm looking for, and let's say I want to see how much does the sports betting operator license cost. For Colorado, that's $1,200. Wyoming, that's $2,500. Now, the thing about this is not an answer that we are providing to you directly, and it's not a static answer. This is a extracted piece of information from a document. Because we have all the documents, we have the library, we can do this and navigate you right back to those documents. So, for instance, in Colorado, it's $1,200. If I click on that, it's going to bring me to the Colorado Sports Betting Business License application, where it tells me that the sports betting operator license fee is $1,200. And from there, I'm also at this point, I'm in my library where we just were. You have access to all of your annotation controls at this point. You can highlight, you can mark up, you can add comments, whatever you need to do right here. Next, we're going to take a look at the state pages. So if you navigate back to the home screen, you're going to see the map again. All of these states, each state has a state page. Every state has a state page. A state page is a compilation, kind of a one-stop shop for anything you would normally go to the state home pages, the government sites for information. Now you can get all right here. So why don't we click on Colorado, take a look. So here at the top, you're going to have some regulator information. You're going to have pending regulations, if any are available for that state. You have a quick access to your libraries, just specifically for Colorado in this instance. So I can navigate down to regulations or whatever I want, full access to my Colorado documents. Forms and licensing are extracted out, so I can easily get to my forms and licensing. And then I have, this is similar to Versus, but specifically just for Colorado. I have all of my questions and answers right here for Colorado. I can also filter or search just like I could in Versus. I can filter down to licensing only, and I can just look at those questions right there. At the bottom, we have some state news powered by SBC Americas, specifically for Colorado in this instance. Okay, we're going to talk about notifications. So we're going to navigate back to the home screen here. If you notice in the upper right-hand corner, there's a little bell icon. All of the documents in our system, we keep up to date on a daily basis. So we download copies of all these documents, and we are constantly monitoring for changes of these documents. When we find a document that has changed, we pull down a new copy of it, and we notify you that something has changed. You can see that right here. So when a document has changed, this will light up with a little red asterisk. You can click on that. You'll see all the documents, the most recent documents that have updated. Clicking on one of these or on View All Notifications will bring you to this page right here. Here you can see the most recent documents that have updated. You can also filter down for specific documents or what you're looking to find. So if, say, I want to see all the documents that have updated in the past week, and I just want to see Arizona documents, and of those I just care about the sports wagering documents, I can see just that. I'm going to see the document name, and I'm going to see the date and the time that it was updated. And then by clicking on this document, I can see it directly in the viewer. Now, what's going to be coming in the next coming weeks is the ability to see what has changed, exactly what has changed. So you'll be able to see a side-by-side of what has been removed and what has been added since the last change of that document. That's going to be available in the next couple weeks. And lastly, the account information. So if you click on the upper right-hand corner right here, you're going to see account settings, help, and log out. If you click on account settings, you have the ability to change your first name or your last name. Clicking on password allows you to change your password. And if you go to help, you'll see a list of frequently asked questions. We will be updating this regularly. If you need more help, there's anything here that that does not explain what you're looking for, you can click on the Contact Us and just send us a message, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks again for checking out this PlayBook Plus beta. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to your feedback.